Gotta catch 'em all, indeed. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 spin-off Pokemon games. For this list, we'll be looking at the games featuring Game Freak and Nintendo's Pocket Monsters, but aren't part of the main RPG series. I don't know, it's pretty self-explanatory, huh? Number 10, Detective Pikachu.
Now, is there any kind of evidence to be found in here? Oh, here we go.
The movie adaptation may have gotten more of the love, but the 3DS game that served as its inspiration is definitely worth checking out. Detective Pikachu follows Tim Goodman, a boy who teams up with a talking Pikachu to find his missing father and solve crimes around Rhyme City. Just like in the movie, it's wonderful seeing a world where people and Pokemon live together. The gameplay consists of gathering clues and solving fairly simple puzzles, but the reason to play this is the clever dialogue and intriguing story. It made us crave a talking Pikachu as a companion, as if we didn't want that already. The mystery was tantalizing enough to warrant a sequel, currently in development for the Nintendo Switch.
You know, we need to think about it calmly.
Number 9, Pokémon Pinball. The Pokemon Empire enjoyed a meteoric rise in the late 90s. One of the first spin-off games was a Pokemon-themed pinball game for the Game Boy Color. This could have very easily been a simple cash grab. I mean, at the time, people would have bought anything to do with the creatures. But, delightfully, it was a pretty solid pinball game. Not only did it control well, but it also came with its own capture mechanic. Progressing through the table causes a silhouette of a random Pokemon to appear in the center, and hitting specific bumpers unveils the Pokemon, allowing players to catch it. There's even an extra challenge to evolve your Pokemon. It was a nice inclusion, especially for those of us who like to 100% our Pokédex. Number 8, Pokemon Puzzle League.
I told you so.
No.
Way to go!
If Mario got a puzzle game, why not Pokemon? In the Tetris-like title for the N64, players could battle it out with friends or computers. Lining up 3 or more of the same colored blocks deletes them, while more rise from the bottom of the screen. The objective is to score combos and chains to add junk blocks to your opponent's board and eventually claim victory. I mean, it's very straightforward, but as is the case with similar titles, it's very addictive. And for an extra challenge, the game includes a 3D mode. Here, the boards are cylinder-shaped and use 18 columns instead of the 2d6. Difficult? Yes, but the victory is all the sweeter for the effort. Number 7, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky. While the Mystery Dungeon series isn't everyone's cup of tea, if you don't believe me, look at Metacritic. Fans of the series, though, are regularly quick to praise Explorers of Sky as the best in the series. Similar to other games in the series, it follows a human-turned Pokemon, but here the player character suffers from amnesia and can see into the past and future. It's a bit strange, but not without its charm. Its characterization being a highlight, players make their way through procedurally generated dungeons, fighting alongside a team of Pokemon. In an enhanced remake of Explorers in Time and Explorers of Darkness, sorta like how Pokemon Yellow was to the original games. However, it features a stronger story than its predecessors, adding more Pokemon and including new locations and dungeons for players to explore. Number 6, Pokémon Colosseum. The various Pokemon games from the core series generally follow the same story. A young trainer goes on an adventure to search for greatness, but the narrative of Pokémon Colosseum is a bit more personal and sinister. The GameCube RPG follows Wes as he attempts to stop an evil organization from stealing trainers' Pokemon and corrupting them. It's less about building your ideal team, as Wes starts off with Umbreon and Espeon. There aren't any random encounters, instead you focus on rescuing shadow Pokemon from evil trainers. The game is popular with numerous erratic characters who keep things interesting, and because Wes is an ex-employee of the villainous Team Snag'em, there's a real sense of duty driving our hero. Number 5, Pokémon Conquest. This DS title is a crossover between Pokémon and the strategy series Nobunaga's Ambition. And honestly, it's a proof of concept that Pokemon works within the context of a more tactical RPG. Players must battle various warriors and warlords in order to unite the land. The more enemies you defeat, the larger your Pokemon army grows. Each defeated warlord who joins your team comes with a specific power that can enhance your Pokemon's abilities during the battle, and they even have a link to individual types, which helps acquire wild Pokemon. Evolution also plays a role, though it's achieved through various battle conditions instead of leveling up. Reworking elements from the main series into a bold narrative, Pokemon Conquest is one of the more unique spin-offs. Number 4. Pokémon Stadium and Pokémon Stadium 2. For many early franchise fans, the desire to battle their favourite creatures in 3D was undoubtedly strong, and this duo of games on the N64 granted their wish. While they didn't feature a story, they allowed players to assemble whatever team they choose and battle against friends or computers. They let you skip over all of the grinding and jump straight into pitting powerhouses against one another. Both games also included a collection of zany mini-games that are just as fun as the battle mode. This variety made the games especially fantastic for couch multiplayer. And if you owned a transfer pack, you could play the main series on the TV and use their personal Pokemon from Game Boy games.
Furious battle! We go into battle mode! What now?
Number 3, I love this one. Pokémon Tournament DX.
Round them back to the wall. Your opponents.
Blending Pokemon with tactics RPGs is one thing, but blending it with a competitive fighter is badass. And luckily, proven developer Bandai Namco was in charge of giving Pokemon the Tekken treatment. Where that franchise is more technical, Pokémon Tournament obviously includes a lot more powers. This makes it more user-friendly, so that competitive and casual players can both enjoy it.
Your support gauge isn't full yet. It's too early. Use your synergy burst.
Landing Poke combos is just as satisfying as you think, especially when utilizing assist Pokemon. The game was first released in arcades before being ported to the Wii U, but the DX version on the Switch is the highest form. Its split-screen mode may have some frame rate issues, but it includes all the fighters from both versions, as well as a few new ones. Number 2. Pokémon GO. This mobile spin-off has come a long way since it launched in 2016, and even then, despite its imperfections, it was swamped by players who wanted nothing more than to discover Pokemon in the real world. Its use of AR is incredibly effective, and since launch, it has seen frequent updates in the forms of multiple Pokemon generations, trainers, battles, raids, and quests that led to legendary Pokemon. Sure, it hasn't been without a few rough patches, but it has united an insanely passionate group of fans, and it continues to grow through updates and community days, which offer various in-game bonuses. Pokemon GO has been such a success that it's even influenced a core Pokemon title.
Want more video game content? Check out our gaming channel Mojo Plays and discover games and ideas you never knew existed. With more lists, breakdowns, and our latest series, Arcade Roulette.
Justin and John are in.
Oh.
Hey, is that Porky Pig? There's a lot of things being ripped off in this game.
Number 1. Pokémon Snap. It was a unanimous verdict for number 1 on this list. When it came to celebrating the wonder of Pokemon, there is simply no beating Pokémon Snap. Its controls are similar to that of a rail shooter, where players take pictures of Pokemon in various environments. Progression is accomplished by unlocking items to gain new photo opportunities and earn points from Professor Oak. But the reason it's still so beloved today is because of the many hidden or inspiring moments packed in there. From leading Pikachu to pose adorably on a surfboard, to Magikarp evolving into a powerful Gyarados right in front of you. This game instilled a sense of discovery, inviting kids to capture them in an entirely different way. Inviting kids to capture these creatures in an entirely different way. Now, bring on the sequel. In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.